Have you ever seen your plants get a sticky, shiny sap on them like this and wondered what that is? Well, it's not actually sap, it's pee. Let me explain. If we take these leaves and flip them over, we'll see that we actually have aphids on this plant. And the sticky substance that you're seeing is their pee. Well, it's not actually pee, it is honeydew that the aphids exude from their bums. That's also why if you park underneath certain trees, your car will get all sticky because there are aphids up in the trees that are excreting the honeydew. Now, if your plants or trees are having this issue with aphids, there's a couple things you can do. First is you could just let nature run its course, which means do nothing. You might see that over the course of the summer that different predators such as ladybugs naturally will show up and decrease the population of the aphids. Or if you want to do something but not spray chemicals, you could take your water hose to your shrubs with a hard jet of water and go branch by branch and try to knock off as many of the aphids as you can. If you do this about once a week, you can stay on top of the population and really keep them in check without using any chemicals. Or lastly, you could do some type of insecticide spray or a systemic insecticide drench that would go onto the roots of the plants. But keep in mind that by using insecticide, you also have a chance of harming any beneficial bugs that may be hanging around. The good news is that aphids very rarely will actually do severe damage to your plant, though sometimes if they get really infested, they could weaken your plant or cause it to, look really bad. And of course, with large trees, if you do get aphids in them, like in this pecan tree, it's much harder to use a chemical method on a big tree like this. You'd either have to have a really big sprayer or use some type of systemic earlier in the spring that would travel through the vascular system of this tree. But once again, that's pretty challenging and expensive to do. But if it's a tree that's over your pool or your patio or driveway, it might be worth it for you to go ahead and treat that tree. It really just depends on what you're comfortable with, whether that's treating or leaving it alone, and also what your budget allows for. So, choice is yours.